Hello houseplant friends and welcome to my channel. I wish I had more plants. My name is Erica and I love houseplants, and that's what I do on this channel. I share my houseplant journey. Today I visited Garden Center once again and I actually rescued a plant there, so that's what inspired me to do this video, and I thought I will share my 3 biggest plant rescues at the moment, and I will start with the 2 that I already have from a while, and at the end I will show you what I rescued today because it's quite exciting and I hope it all is going to go well. So let's jump into the video. Alright, so the first plant I would like to talk about is this beautiful heartleaf philodendron. Look at this vine. It is absolutely beautiful, it is absolutely full and lush, and look at it, it's gorgeous. And this was the top cutting, that's why it's the longest branch, and let me tell you how I got it. So every winter, my neighbors bring out their plants, well, some of the neighbors bring out their plants to the main hall because we have south-west facing windows. Such a hard sentence, oh my god. So they bring out their plants there in the winter so that the plants could get some more light. And usually when the spring comes, they take the plants back home and they put them in their windowsills and nothing is left in the hallway. Except this time. So it was last winter and the spring came and there was this 1.5 meter long branch without any leaves, just bare nodes, and at the very tip there was like this tiny kind of leaf, like maybe yay big, a bit maybe smaller, and it was so dry, it was barely hanging on there, and somebody just left that plant there to dry up and perish. And I was watching that plant for a month, just keeping an eye on it, somebody will come and take it, and I just kept telling my boyfriend like, oh my god, I'm going to save that plant. And that's what I did one day, because I thought that nobody's gonna come and nobody's gonna save this plant anymore, so I am literally its last hope. So what I did, I took a sticky note and I left a note for whoever might be looking for this plant that if you want it, if it's important to you, here's my apartment, you can come and I will give it back to you. As you can see, nobody came and nobody bat an eye about it at all, so what I did, I took it out of its tiny pot and the roots were not doing that great at all. So I cut it all up in these parts where the leaves used to be. I cut up in the single nodes and I put it somewhere humid, and this is what happened. It started sprouting these tiny leaves, and month after month it just got bigger and bigger, and look at it now. It's not even a year long, so yeah, as I mentioned, this was the top propagation, so it's obviously the longest branch. It's nuts. And these are the rest. They're not trailing that much yet, but they're getting quite long. And look at how beautiful this plant is. I just can't get over it. And if I wouldn't have saved it, it would have been gone. And I got it for free, absolutely free. And here it is now. My beautiful philodendron. And I know it's just a simple one, but I really like it. It has these pretty leaves, they have a heart shape, and the color is just really nice deep green, and I just love it. Let's move on to the next plant. Alright guys, so oops, I just watered it and it is dripping. So my next rescue I would like to talk about is this baby. To be honest with you, oh wait, it's really dripping. Let me just like grab a paper. So to be honest with you, I have no idea what kind of plant this is. All I can tell you, it has these narrow leaves and they're really sharp. Like, not only the edges are sharp, but the spine of the leaf itself is sharp, and I cannot go down the leaf, like I can only pet it this way, but that way it just won't slide. It's like it has some tiny hooks or something. It's really weird. I think it's just some kind of a grass type that is meant to grow outside, and I'm actually really happy about it because I'm growing this in my balcony If you know how this is called, please let me know. And I know it's not a spider plant. It's something else. Look at it. Maybe you will be able to recognize it. So yeah, I was walking with my mama one day. No, I was walking in the city center and I was almost about to go home as I was passing by a tree. It was like, yeah, you know how there's like a street in the middle of the city for pedestrians and there's like stores from all the sides, and then in the middle there's this like alleyway, not alleyway but like an alley, and then there's like trees growing in the middle. And so these trees have like a ring around them where there's like some flowers growing. And I was walking through, looking at these flowers, as one does when you're walking in the city and there's plants growing, you naturally just like stare at them. So that's what I did. And then I was walking through, looking at the plants, I passed it, and then my brain processed that there was a plant laying just like it was dropped out of the pot on the ground. Like there was not even some plants around it, it was just bare ground, like, and it was just laying by this tree. I will insert a picture right here how I found it, and that's the only picture I took before I potted it up. And yeah, it was really weird, and so I picked it up and I was like, I'm gonna take it. I mean, it wasn't in the ground. Like if it was potted up, I wouldn't, like if it was potted in the ground, I would not have taken it. Obviously, it's not like I ripped it out of the ground. It was just literally laying there, like somebody took it out of the pot and dropped it. And I don't know, I have no idea, but I was so happy. I'm like, oh my god, that's literally the first plant I just found outside laying on the street that somebody threw out. And I could not save it, even if it is just like the most common grass or something. It just looks so cute. I mean, I love it. Look at the black background here. Look, it's just like so crazy, and it's just, it looks great in my balcony, by the way, too. So I am stoked about it. Let me know if you know what kind of grass, plant, or whatever it is. It's probably mostly used for landscaping. I would imagine it would grow in somewhere like by the pond, maybe? No clue, no idea. Super happy. This is my rescue plant, and I am in love because I rescued it, and who knows what would have happened if I wouldn't have picked it up from the ground. So this is really, really sweet. And right now I would like to talk to you about the tiniest plant that I rescued before moving into the last plant I rescued today. So technically I have 4 plants, but this one is so tiny that I don't count it as a plant, but it's super cute. So let me show you. Okay guys, are you ready for something super cute? Look at it. Oh, it's adorable. Look at how tiny this is. Once again, I have no clue what type of plant this is. Let me focus it for you. If you know, let me know. So let me tell you quickly how I got this baby. So once again, I was visiting garden center, and there was family in front of me that were buying like a lot of outside plants, and I guess just some branches fell off because they were moving a lot and they just fell down by the cashier. So I picked one up and I asked her if I can take it because, you know, it was just laying on the ground and I literally picked her up from by her feet. So she was like, yeah, whatever, you know, I don't care. So I took it, and then I was leaving, I found a smaller one, so I took both of them. I just brought them home, and basically they were just like sticks. So I took a few of the bottom leaves off, I stuck it in this tiny awesome jar. It has a bottom hole. Oops. And I put some top layer on it, and it's so sweet, isn't it? Oh my glove, I don't know, it's just, it's so cute. Look at it, the tiny pot, and it's just like, and it keeps growing. I keep it under my grow lights, and I would really assume that this is also some kind of a plant that is for landscaping, for outdoors, and it's like this small bush of these branches, and these are just literally 2 tiny branches that I stick it in. And it just looks adorable. I'm so happy about it. Like, it's so silly, but so cute, so random. So, let's move on to the last rescue that I did today. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, today I was in the garden center. And I don't know, I just like going there whenever I have time just to walk around, and I wasn't really planning on getting anything, but they also have, oh my god, they are already ready for Christmas. They have like a full-blown Christmas town, like from miniatures built inside, and like a carousel for kids, like that you can actually go to and spin. It's crazy. The Halloween didn't pass yet, but okay, whatever. So we went there, we walked around, and we reached the plants, and they had these monsteras, of course, because how you cannot have Monstera deliciosas. And they had this big pot of them, and it was like a few giant stems growing out. And one of the branches was broken off, and it was broken off for a while because it was already calloused over. So I was like, hey, what's gonna happen to this branch, right? So I found an employee. It was like this young girl, and she really wanted to help me, but she just wasn't sure. So she was like, okay, I cannot help you, and I don't have my cell phone, so maybe you can find somebody else. And I did. I found another young girl who also didn't know. So she was like, okay, let me ask my colleague. And she brought me to the first girl. So they were both like talking to each other. They were like, okay, yeah, when these when stuff like this happens, we just cut off the branch. And I was like, okay. So what do? Like, do you throw it out? Because I would like to rescue it. Like, I don't, maybe I can take it, or maybe I can buy it. So again, they like discussed with each other, and they were like, yeah, you know what? We can sell it like for $3.99. I was like, yes, I will take it. So let me show you what I got. I still didn't unpack it. Oh, look at how huge it is. Oh, it doesn't fit in the frame. Let me get rid of this paper real quick. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned, but we were at the store with our bikes, so I brought this baby with my bicycle, and here is a little clip of that because my boyfriend very kindly filmed me doing it. Yeah, and here is the price tag. It's just like $3.99 because, I don't know, I guess they just couldn't hand me over this giant branch. So it has 4 leaves, and let me show you this baby. Okay, first, here's the end. So, as you can see, it's like already calloused over, and it has these aerial roots that are like not doing too great, and I think maybe somebody stepped on this plant too. So look at how big this branch is. Like, even if it's not gonna do great, I can just like cut it up and propagate it. And I don't know, it was just like, why not save it? So the leaves don't look the greatest. And also, I didn't check it yet for pests, so I will have to do that. And as you can see, it's like really sad. So here's all the leaves. This is the nicest one. It has barely any damage. So this is another one. These 2 are the oldest leaves. And then this one, which is not great, it's bent, it's broken, it's been clearly stepped on. Oh, look at that. And I think it was broken off for like a few days, probably, if not a few weeks, because it was just laying on the ground. And it's crazy, to be honest. But yeah, I have it now, and this is the newest leaf that I guess just unfurled because it's oh my god, let me show you. Here it is. It already has second fenestrations. It's super nice. I'm so sorry. But it's just so sad. It's such a sad leaf. yeah, it's all broken and... Oh, and I just noticed that this leaf is completely broken in half too here, so I guess I'm going to snip it off right now so that the plant can put all of its energy into growing roots for me. And I'm also going to be propagating this baby in water. I will show you in a minute. Oh wow, it's so big that my shears had to like do two cuts. Look at how huge this is. I've never had Monstera with such a big leaves. I think like this is my biggest one, and I don't think it's as big as this one was. Oh, I love that deep color. It's such a shame to lose this leaf, but it's for the plant's health, so yeah. I think I'm going to cut off these. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I think I'm just not used to talk so much, but I talk a lot in this video and my throat is getting dry so fast. I'm sorry. So anyways, what I wanted to say is I'm cutting off these aerial roots, and I think maybe I'm gonna leave this thick one, but I'm afraid they're gonna rot, and maybe, yeah, I made a sharp cut at the end here. Let me see. This poor plant, okay. Actually, I'm going to take off the bottom leaf as well, because I'm going to submerge this in water. And no, it fell on this baby. Look at it. I think it's gonna be fine. It's just so sad. Okay, so anyways, I wanted the bottom node to be free of leaves because it's going to go in water. So I wanted it to have a free node where the roots can start coming and so on. And I don't know, maybe I will try to put this aerial root in the water and see how that goes, and if it's gonna... Oh, actually, it's broken in half too, so I'm gonna cut it off. It's so weird for me to be cutting all of this off, and look at this leaf, it's so sad. But I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put it... Oh, it's so sticky. I didn't know that it got so sticky. Let me cut off more of this leaf. It is so extremely chunky. Wait, does that mean I have 3 Monstera deliciosas now? Wow, that's crazy. But this one is huge, and I couldn't not save it. So it has these 2 leaves, it has this giant stem, and I have this big glass jar. So I filled it up with water, but I think I'm gonna let the plant dry up for another hour or 2 before I will place it in the water, because I just don't like to put fresh cuts, especially these are like really big areas, and I would like for them to callus over, because if you put a plant, and I know that this varies from every single plant parent, but that's how I prefer to do it, so and I know a lot of people recommend it too. When you cut a plant, you want to let the cut part to dry up, to callus over, because if you don't, there is a bigger chance of rotting happening, because this area is fresh and it's gonna absorb water, and it's gonna absorb too much water and it might start rotting. So when it dries up, it kind of prevents that from happening, and in my experience that worked great, so that's what I'm going to be doing as well. So I have this jar. I put a crystal at the bottom for the weight because I was afraid it might topple over, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna be placing this plant inside this jar, and I feel like it's going to do great. I'm going to find a nice spot for it as well, and it also doesn't seem like it has any pests, by the way. Only human footprints. Like always with the nature, eh? Okay, so let me come back to you once I will place the plant in the water and the tips are dried up, and I will show you how it looks like. So, oh, by the way, for the reference, this is freshly cut. This is how it looks like. It's fresh, it's nice, and I'm going to show you in a second on how it looks like when it's dry up. And yeah, because I had a little bit time to wait, I played with some more makeup, so there's that. Okay guys, so it's been at least 2 hours, maybe 2.5, and I know I could wait like much longer. Maybe I will even wait through the night, but for the sake of finishing this video, I'm gonna show you how it looks in the jar, and I'm gonna show you how the cuts look like right now after a few hours of drying. So you can see they're turning like a darker color. They're literally just drying up. And the end here is turning brown, is like completely dry to the touch. And yeah, so when I'm gonna put it in, it will look something like this. Oh, it's really tall, but essentially. And this is how it looks like at the bottom. So you can see the node is completely submerged and it's reaching out the second node where the leaf starts, and I'm not gonna put more water than that. Oops, sorry. I'm not gonna put on more water than that, and the jar seems like absolutely stable completely. There's no problem whatsoever for it to stand straight, so yeah, it looks good, it looks stable, it looks nice, and I will keep you guys updated. So that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know any of your own rescue plant stories. Have you rescued plants? How does it make you feel? Because it makes me feel pretty good. Let me know what other topics you want to hear me talk about maybe on my channel. Let me know in the comments and maybe I will make a video about it. Also, if you enjoyed this video, maybe consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, because yeah, I reached 100 subscribers way before even Halloween came, and I am so extremely excited. My goal was to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year, but it happened so much faster, and I'm just really am grateful. And also I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who subscribes to my channel. Thank you so much, it means really a lot, and thank you. And even though I just rescued more plants, kinda wish I had more plants, you know what I mean? Until the next time, guys.